Chelsea fans, Mauricio Pochettino's going nowhere because of FFP. I'll get onto that in just a second, but you guys know my channel. You know the content that I put up on my channel. I'm normally a positive person. I try to keep the negativity to a minimum. I call people out for calling players out on social media and all sorts of stuff like that. And people that put all this stupid content on YouTube. But I have to say this, I am absolutely fuming. I'm disappointed, I'm gutted, I'm angry, I'm frustrated, I'm all sorts of emotions. Even worse than my last video I put up after we went to Liverpool and were just powder puff nonsense against Liverpool. We all expected, demanded, if anything, a reaction against Wolves. And what we witnessed against Wolves was 10 times worse for me. And it's led to all sorts of comment, all sorts of content on YouTube with people talking about the fact we've got no identity, about how we've made a mess of our football club over the last couple of seasons, how we've got no leadership, how players are not turning up. And I get all of it. I do get all of it. And I understand why people are posting all that. And like I say, I'm not one to call people out. I don't like doing that. But there needs to be a change of some sort to get some sort of stability, because a couple of games ago we were a couple of points off the Europa Conference League and some sort of European football, which all of us would have just grabbed and taken at the end of the season after what happened last year and what's happened for the most part this year. We've had to chop and change all sorts because of injuries and all sorts and everything else. Big name players have not been available. We haven't got a goal scorer that can bang goals in, week out. Nkunku's been missing for most of the season. We've lost Ben Chilwell and Reece James again, and it has a massive effect on our football club. But I want to get back to this point I made at the beginning of the video, the FFP situation. And according to different reports, Chelsea could be faced with a dilemma of having to sell £100 million worth of players in the summer to balance the books and to be in line with FFP restrictions. Now, if Chelsea get rid of Pochettino in the summer, or get rid of him now with over 18 months left on his contract, the bill, the money outstanding to him for his contract being null and void, and just to pay him off will basically be around £10 to £12 million, which goes against our FFP, which puts us under more pressure. And I believe Chelsea won't do anything because they'll believe Pochettino can turn it round. So, in light of that situation, in light of the fact that I can't see him going, because let's face it, if he was, he would have gone already. What is it we can do right now to change our fortunes, get some stability and get back to winning ways? We've got massive games coming up. Aston Villa on Wednesday night, and then on next Monday night, Crystal Palace on the Monday Night Football. We've got Man City coming up as well. These are very, very testing, very trying and very interesting times as far as Chelsea Football Club goes. So what do we do to change it? What do we do to give you that stability? For me, I think a back four with Thiago Silva in there, who's been outstanding for the most part, we have to say, for pretty much most of his Chelsea career. We need to give the guy a position where he can absolutely dominate and just cover and just see everything in front of him, rather than having to chase forwards into channels and all sorts of nonsense, which at 39 years old he don't want to do. Why don't we switch to a back three? Let's go play Dizazi, Colwill, Badiashile, Silva, whatever one. 3 out of those 4. Colwill on the left, Silva in the middle, Badiashile or Dizazi on the right-hand side. Stick with those as a back three. Give us a solid base to build from, because our defending's been appalling. The last 2 games, 8 goals against Liverpool and Wolves. Are you sure? We can all see the mistakes that are being made. That will give licence then to Ben Chilwell on the left-hand side to go forward, because right now, as playing in the defensive 4, he's being asked to get high anyway, to try and support on that side, because let's face it, the wingers are doing absolute dog shit. On the right-hand side, Malo Gusto, get up there because he's good going forward. He's skillful. He's great with the ball at his feet. He can create problems when Reece James is not there. That frees those 2 up to go up and down that wing. Let's get rid of the wingers, get rid of the Mudryk, get rid of the Maduekis, and let's just focus on going 3 at the back, the 2 wing backs are hard and working, grafting, tough to break down midfield three that are disciplined, Casido, Enzo, Gallagher or whoever, and then just go with the two up front, Nkunku and Cole Palmer. As a 3-5-2 formation for me, you can see on screen, I think that will give us much more of a solid defensive base because we need to start going back to basics, get our defensive units sorted out, then look through midfield and then look going forward. We have to shore things up at the back. If we don't do it, we're asking for trouble. Ditch the back four. It's not working. You can't play and ask your fullbacks to push on and leave yourselves exposed in the wide areas, which drags Thiago Silva out, which drags Dizazi out, Badiashile, whoever. We got to stop playing Badiashile at left back. He can't play there. Levi Colwill, play him at left centre back. Don't play him as a left back. The back three will give those players a chance to play in their natural positions, along with the likes of Chilwell and Gusto. I think has been outstanding for Chelsea, and yes, he's made some mistakes, but he's a class act. He's a tricky, skillful player, and I think he deserves more credit than what he's getting. Those two wide will sort out the wide positions, as I said. Midfield three hard working, and then Palmer dovetailing with Nkunku or Jackson or whoever. That's the 3-5-2. Or do you want to go 3-4-3, as you can see here? The same back three combo, but a flat midfield four with Chilwell and Gusto featuring that midfield four with only the two-man midfield, giving us the option to play the three up front again, whether that's two wingmen, two wide players and the main striker, or two number 10s dovetailing, interchanging positions in behind the main striker, whether that's Jackson or Nkunku. We have to do something to change it. We have to change now, and it's not going to be the manager. So we need to do something different to change the outcome of our football matches because we're getting exposed time and time again. And it's just an outrageous, scandalous situation. The players, the manager, everyone at the football club needs to step up now and they need to turn it around because, as I said, I can't see Bowley and Chelsea getting rid of Pochettino unless he screws things up in the next few weeks, then he will go. But we got to do something. For me, you have to make a formation tactical change because the tactics you're using right now are not working. The 4-2-3-1 or the 4-3-3 will work if you've got players that are devastating in wide positions, and we don't have that. Cole Palmer is the only player in the attacking third of note that any opposition turns up. When they play against Chelsea, they try to isolate him, freeze him out of the game because, let's face it, nobody else is going to do a stroke. Raheem Sterling, I've told you on the last video, you cannot turn up week in, week out and go hot and cold. For someone earning your money, you can't even pass a football and you just can't just lift your head up and just see the options that are in front of you. It just baffles me. Mikhailo Mudryk, the price tag's got into his head. It's too much. It's ruling his head too much. He's not playing instinctive football. He's too scared of making mistakes and losing the ball. And it's now really harming what he can do on the football pitch. Noni Madueke has done all right recently, but then he come on, or he started against Liverpool, was pretty woeful, and obviously was dropped for the following game. So, Nkunku couldn't get involved the other day, really, let's be honest. We have to come up with something different. Now, looking at the two images, as I've shown you earlier, for me, the 3-4-3 looks much more solid framework, where the 3-5-2 will give you much more possession of football through the middle of midfield and hopefully a solid base. What do you guys think on the video, first and foremost, the changes I'm suggesting? I haven't watched anybody else's content. I've just seen titles and stuff like that. That's all I've seen. So I'm not copying other people's videos if someone comes up and says, oh, someone else done a tactical change. I don't really care. I don't watch the videos. This is just my own personal opinion. So let me know what you guys think of the video. Do you agree with what I'm saying? If you do, post your comments in the comment section. Like I say, I can't see Pochettino going. We have to live with that and get on with it. But what can he do and we do now to change it, to make it better? Formation change. Simple as that. Thanks for sticking with me on the channel. Drop a like on it for me. And also, as I say, post your comments in the comment section. And also become a channel member. Go to the channel homepage, hit that join button, £1 a month. Appreciate it. Thank you. See you soon.